here's this unboxing. You ready for this?
Yep.
Got this?
It's still in the box and everything, huh? Still in the shipper?
Sort of. The shipper, the way this one's designed, you just kind of have to have it in the shipper to some degree.
Oh, I know what it is. I can just see the corner of the box. I know what it is.
This one,
Diecast? Oh, no. Oh, it wasn't. Wow. Awesome.
It's diecast.
I knew it was a diecast Iron Man. I thought it was that neon one you were talking about a couple days ago.
No, I went ahead and did it on the Sideshow birthday deal, man. I did it. When I got the Batman, it was on the same order for the Batman Hot Toy, the 2-pack. So I got this. This might be, though, I'm telling you, it might very well be my favorite figure.
Really?
It may have trumped
more so than Deathstroke.
It may have trumped Deathstroke. It's hard. It's hard to tell. But it just awesome. It slides out.
That's what she said.
That is what she said, and it's in this styrofoam box here.
I love the inlay on the styrofoam. That's awesome.
Yeah, it has that on there.
I love when the packaging has those little details like that.
Yeah, it's all styrofoam. And it's got like the side panel design, and then on the bottom is actually your accessories.
Okay.
So I have them all out right now, so you're just going to see an empty box. And then the instructions. But it came with a lot of shit, and I have it all attached. So, of course. Because, like, this is one thing that, like, it was honestly kind of disappointing. With, I think, the 2 most recent War Machines, all he comes with is hands. Nothing. Like, he has, like, no cool attachments for the guns, no extra guns. Like, it's just such a bare bones. It's like it's fucking War Machine, and, like, he comes with no extra guns and no stuff. Like, it's just, like, kind of stupid, in all honesty. Not the case for this one.
I wonder if they scale back on that because, like, this figure's been out for a minute, and they didn't sell through quickly. So I wonder if it's, like, just not, War Machine's just not popular enough of a figure to warrant them doing all that extra stuff for it.
Yeah, I don't know. But, like, that's the weird thing is they went all out for this War Machine, though. Like, he has a ton of attachments, and, like, he has all this crazy shit. But the 2 most recent regular War Machines don't have anything.
Was this the only Future Fight figure that they did?
Yeah. That's the weird thing about it, too. So, this dude comes with, he comes with, what do we got here? 2, 4, 6. So we've got 4 sets of hands, including the articulated finger hands. So you can, like, kind of move these ones around.
And those are all die cast, right?
Yep, all die cast. They all have, like, really nice weathering. Like, all the hand sculpts and everything are, like, really well done. You'll obviously see this better when I do the full review, and they all have he has a light up feature, so in the palms of the hands, the emitters, the LED light will shine through them.
Mm-hmm.
And that works for all of them except for these fist hands. These, for whatever reason, they did not make the fist, just like the closed fist, they did not make LED compatible for whatever reason. So I don't know why. But then
I wonder with it being closed, it would have been such a minimal. Well, actually, the LED is supposed to be
they're really bright,
glass, right? So,
so
I mean, if it's a closed fist, he'd be blowing off his own fingers.
I guess that's true. I guess that does make sense. Then he has just a regular open hand that is not like die cast. This one is just like your soft plastic.
Okay.
But the I think the armor plate on this part I think is die cast.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking about getting a John Bernthal head sculpt just because.
Awesome.
Like just because, but here's the video game representation of him, which I still think is a really good head sculpt.
You know, I'm sorry, but with the little curl coming off of it, it almost looks like a evil Superman.
It kind of does. Like, yeah.
When you did that side profile, I was like, that's a little evil Superman.
It kind of is. It's like Zod, right? That's what
You
you
want
could
to go
say.
like Injustice Superman on one of your figures or something like
Yeah,
on
it
one of
would
their
work.
figures.
But it's a
Buy that.
really good head sculpt.
Yeah.
But now, like, that's all that I have still in the box. So, all the other stuff, though, is like I said, this is War Machine, so I went all out and I have every attachment possible attached to this motherfucker. And, I mean, you'll see it. It's fucking awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I've got every gun and every weapon attachment you could that it comes with attached to it. Now, I will
Yeah.
say, I did have two things break on mine pretty much out of the box, and I'll show you what they were. I've fixed it already. Like you would have no idea if I didn't tell you. But
Oh. He's off camera, I guess, right now.
yeah, he was just over to the side.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He's heavy. Like I don't have a scale out here, but he's a heavy dude. He's got some weight to him. So here
That's
we go.
awesome.
Like I said, I have every fucking gun attachment. So like, look down here on the bottom of his hand. This is an additional like optional attachment, like a gun you can stick on him. Then obviously the blaster up here, like all the fire effects, those are like optional. Then this hand is an additional hand sculpt that has the armor plating that lifts up and has like more guns on the inside right there.
Yep. Yep.
So like I have both of those on, obviously. Like I have him going all the fuck out. Then
Everything's unloading.
yeah, then this right here, these little flaps lift up. Trying to get
Oh
me
yeah.
to not be in focus. So these flip up, and then these little missiles just magnetize on.
That's cool. I like that feature. I like that they use magnets for that.
Yeah, so like they're really easy to install. You can see what you're doing. So yeah, then those just clip onto them right there. So have those on there. Then he's got the chain going into his back from the minigun. And then this gun is like articulated. You can move this one around.
Uh-huh.
Like substantially, like you can put it like behind him and move it up and that kind of thing. Move it to the side, and then you can like lock it into place on his back. It just like kind of clips in like that.
Okay.
But like I said, I have to have him like unloading, so. And then I mean you can go as far as like he's articulated in his like stomach section, so you can like crunch him and like move him like up and down and like get him to bend in like a bunch of different positions. Like these little flap joints move, so you can get him in like very articulated or very dynamic poses for being like a big diecast boy. Like these little flaps move. These little flaps on his feet move.
Uh-huh.
And like on his ankle and stuff. It's really, he's kind of heavy. This is actually kind of hard to do. Then let me try to just get you a nice shot of him in frame here.
He looks amazing. So
then the other thing that he does. Oh, so actually, before I go into this, I'll show you what broke on him. So this minigun, if you can see right in here on his shoulder, just focus. Camera won't focus. This right here, do you see it? This little wedge where it mounts onto. So this is just like separately attached on there, and you have to, this is on a ball joint, and it was detached from it, obviously. So you have to like push down on it to get it to come to click in. And the thing was so tight that that little piece actually broke off in entirety. And they had it like it was a separate piece that they attached to it, and they just glue it on there. So it just popped off. So I just glued it back down. Like it's fine. I just got a little tiny paintbrush and used like a very small amount of Gorilla Glue and just popped it back down. And
Okay.
then so now it's like you can't even see it. You wouldn't know it was broken at all. But because that was broken when I was trying to get the blast effect into here, and then the chain, it kept making the thing fall off. So like, cause it would like, there's a little peg in it. So like, it wouldn't stay in there once this was on. So the minigun kept falling off of him. And it just at one point in time, I tried to put the blast effect on it, and it was too heavy for the peg, and it fell out and landed like fire effect first, and it broke
Down.
off the very tip of the minigun, like this little tiny piece here. But it just snapped back. It just kind of snaps back in, and I just did the same thing. Just applied a very small amount of Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
And then just stuck it back in. So like you can't see any of it. You wouldn't know it was broken because it's not broken anymore. But those are just like the only two like issues I ran into. And then he's obviously like way too heavy to put on like a dynamic base or anything like that. Then the top part of his helmet comes off, and then you get this. The light up effect.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Try to put him in the shade so you can like see it.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that.
Then the chest plate, they could have done a lot better on this part. Like this chest plate comes off, and then you have like that there. Then what you do is you take this little back plate off right here. And it's just like there's like some little pegs and then a magnet on it. But then it makes the arc reactor part in the center light up.
Cool.
Now the downside is they made it to where the eyes on this are like a clear plastic material, but it's like tinted.
Yeah.
But the positioning they have for it, you can't even see the light up feature. Like it doesn't shine through at all.
It's off center, yeah, so it doesn't, yeah.
It only gets like you have to be looking at it from this angle to even see that there's a light on.
If it's
Like,
completely dark, does it come through at all?
no. Like you literally have to be looking. It's literally positioned right there. Like on the solid white part right where my finger is, that's where the light is. So like you can't even like you literally can't tell it's on. Like they could have just all they would have had to have done was just positioned it like just a little bit higher. Like if you just let me try to get this on here to where you can see it. Like maybe like if they could have done this, then you can kind of see it behind
Sure.
it.
Yeah. That seems like a really like
It's an odd choice.
yeah, I wonder if design-wise it had to be that way for some reason because it seems like that's
I
something
don't
that
know.
they seems like a big miscue on their part.
Yeah, it's very odd because
It
like
seems
you
like a
just
simple
don't
fix
see
would
it.
shift the graphics up just a hair to get that.
Yeah, I mean literally just to see it a little bit, it wouldn't have to go up but like a millimeter. And then you
Yeah.
could see it. It's so I don't know. So obviously there's really no point of having that light on. But then the only other thing is like you can't see it with these fist hands, but you pop off the armor here, and then the on off switch for the repulsor hands are there, and those are
Okay.
pretty bright. Like those look pretty good. But again, it's just not something that it's kind of cumbersome to get to. Not as bad as some other things because they do just pop on and off like fairly easily.
Uh-huh.
But not as easy as like getting to that back plate or like the helmet is by any means. Like these are actually like pretty damn easy to get to and turn on if you really wanted them on.
Mhm.
But I mean, the good thing is like he doesn't need light up effects to look badass. So
No, not at all.
like I said, man, like this might it may very well be my favorite figure at this point. And I gotta say, like, literally, just the engineering behind these die-cast figures, like these like suit of armor ones at least, like, is
Mhm.
fucking insane, dude. Like, in all honesty, it's absolutely insane. Yeah, I just have him posed up like this in the case right now, just like shooting everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think it. I'm quite happy with it, and like his legs are beefy, like they look really good, like they're really thick, like
Have
and
you
fucking awesome.
have you set him up like with any of like in any is this did you go straight to this one and then like that's it, or have you tried him with like just like the guns on, or just like one shoulder cannon on or something?
This was pretty much the first thing I did. As soon as because like I had him on without any of the blast effects.
Okay.
Like, obviously, because like, you get those out of the box last, so, like, I first had him out, and he had no attachments. Like,
Okay.
these second guns down here weren't, like, pre-attached, the missiles weren't attached, so, like, I had, like I spent a while looking at him because like, I had to put all the batteries in him and stuff, so I spent a decent amount of time looking at him without any of the attachments. Looks great. Like, even if you strip him down bare bones, take off both the shoulder cannons and the like, he still looks awesome just standing there. Like, he really does. But as soon as I saw, like, all the extra guns, I mean, I'm like, it's a War Machine, dude. I'm gonna attach all the guns. Like, that's just how it works. Gotta make him look as badass as possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but he's like, dude, the crazy thing is, like, just like, this dude's made of metal. And he's like more articulated than a lot of the like regular figures I have.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about like these, like I said, just like the engineering behind these die-cast figures is just insane. Like,
Mhm.
I totally see why people like like I was just watching something where Justin was talking about something, and he said like someone asked him what his favorite figure was, or he just mentioned what it was. I forget what the hell I was watching, but he said like his Iron Man Mark 50 is his favorite figure. And he's got a lot of figures.
Yeah.
So, like, when for him to say, like, I was just like, "Really? The Iron Man Mark 50? Like, what's so good about the Iron Man Mark 50?" But then I get this, and I'm like, "Oh, I can totally see why you would like one of these die-cast Iron Man or War Machine figures and hold it to such a high standard because, like, it's fucking awesome." Like, it is, like so, yeah, like I told you, and, like, I kinda, like, didn't finish my thought about the like, why I decided to get this, though. Sideshow had their birthday extravaganza, and I told you, like, it's not I think I even said it last week, it's not too often that you get a discount on any hot toy, I mean, at all, but let alone, like, a War Machine or Iron Man, die-cast style figure that normally runs between 3 to 400 plus dollars. When you're offered 10% and free shipping, you should just take advantage of that while you can. Because it doesn't come
Sure.
it don't come around very often, you know?
Mhm.
And that's what eventually just made me decide just to get it. I was like, dude, so I think I told that to you, and then shortly after that, I bought it. Like,
Oh,
because I was just like, I kept thinking about that statement, and I'm just like, I'm saying this, and I'm explicitly not taking advantage of it. So, like, maybe I should just do it. And it kind of, at the same time, it coincided with I don't know if it was the day or the next day. I think it was the day. I don't know if you remember, but the day the Nightmare Batman and Superman 2-pack came out, I can't remember if I bought it like that very day or if I waited a day. But whenever I got the Nightmare 2-pack is when I got this. They were on the same order. And I just kept sitting there. It was funny. Like, I kept sitting there. I was just like on my bike, my like exercise bike, and I had it in my cart, and I just had like my phone's sitting on a table next to me, like a little TV tray, and like I just had it there, and I ordered it by literally not looking at my phone and just doing this, just randomly pressing. I'm just like, if I hit the button, I just hit the button, just and I hit the button. So that's how it happened.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Oops.
oh, uh-oh.
Yep.
That's funny.
That's how you do it when you know you don't have the money for it, but you're gonna kick yourself for not doing it.
Mhm.
You try to rationalize and find reasons to make it seem okay. That's what you do. Like, so I don't know if anyone else out there has tried that, but it works. You know, it's an easy one to do because you just have the phone there. All you got to do is just hit it every once in a while, and then maybe you'll hit the button, and you won't feel as bad about it because it was a complete accident. Complete
Yep.
accident. It's happenstance. Not so much an accident, but it's like a 1 in X amount of chances, right? It's the odds because you got to hit that little button, and when you're not looking. So it's just it's a simple way to rationalize your purchases.
Mhm.
But yeah, I love this thing. So I did like I love it so much I had to reorganize my my case. So if you remember my setup and how I mostly have like Star Wars figures as it stands right now, anyway. So how I had it before was I had like right now I have like Maul, Vader, Maul, that'll eventually be Maul, Maul, and Maul, but I have those three up top, and then
Yep.
like from top to bottom I did like Star Wars down to then I had 4 things that weren't Star Wars, 4 detail shelves that
Mhm.
had I have the Prestige Batman, I have Deathstroke, and then I had Saitama and Genos from One Punch Man.
Yep.
But now what ended up happening was, fuck, I dropped the hand. Um, so when I got the Punisher in, I just moved Genos over into Saitama's case, so they're just in there together. So then he took one of the slots, but they were all the way I had it set up was like on the very bottom shelf. Now, thankfully, since I built the bench, it's not like it's on the floor and you can't see them, but it's still like it's not eye level, so you gotta like look down to see it, to see everything on the bottom shelf. So what I just did was I got tired of like Deathstroke was on the middle bottom shelf, and he was the one like at least until I got this, he's like probably my favorite one. And I kept having to look down at him all the time. And then I got this thing, and I would kept looking at him, but he was on the bottom shelf. So I just kept having to look down all the goddamn time. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna move these up to the shelf that's eye level, so I can just see it easily every time I walk by. It's right there. So I still have Maul, Vader, Maul on the top shelf, but then that very next shelf, which is my eye level because I'm short, not super short, but but they're literally my head is at the level of this shelf. So it's War Machine, Deathstroke, and then Batman. And then Saitama and Genos are in the middle shelf right below that. So I have this like Tetris style 1, 2, 3, then one in the middle kind of peg.
Yep.
That's the second and third row, and then it's all Star Wars on the other sides of it. So it still looks good, and I still because that's how I had it before. Kind of, I had 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, and then the fourth one it was in the middle. I just kind of like flipped it up to the other shelf. But that's the thing. I liked it so goddamn much that I had to move everything around just to get it on the shelf to where I could see it better at all times.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you definitely want the figures you enjoy the most to be, in the prime positions.
Yeah, it's a stupid little thing, but it makes a whole lot of difference.
Sure.
It's like you buy this, you spend so much money on these things, you want to be able to see them, and enjoy them and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like, I literally just, again, like, and not that like the other ones are like bad or anything, but then I was even thinking like, I literally had like, that shelf was prior to me moving everything around. Like, just think of this shelf. You know what it is now. It's Punisher, War Machine, Deathstroke, and then Batman, Prestige Batman. Before it was Qui-Gon Jinn, Princess Leia, and R2-D2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no question which one has like the cooler stuff. So I was just like, come on, man. I love the other ones, but it's like aesthetically, like looking, it's like Qui-Gon's just a dude in some ropes, you know? And like
Mm-hmm.
Leia's just a girl in a dress, and then R2 is just an astromech droid. And I'm just like, these things should not be on my eye level shelf, god damn it. Like, it's poor placement.